You are sitting there right now, staring at a blank screen. Your mind is racing, but your body feels entirely drained. You have put in the hours, the sweat, and the sacrifice, but the results you were promised are nowhere to be found. It feels like you're running full speed on a treadmill, and right now, quietly, a thought is creeping into your head. Maybe it is time to just pack it in and quit. It doesn't happen all at once, does it? It's the little things that slowly break you down. Waking up tired, looking at your bank account and sighing. Let's look at your finances for a second. You save a little money, invest it, and the market dips. You feel like a fool for not just spending it yesterday. Or think about your physical health right now. You eat clean for a week, step on the scale, and nothing moves. You immediately crave junk food because the dopamine is instant. Or your social circles and personal growth. You try to set boundaries and people call you selfish. So you retreat back into your shell to keep the peace. The anxiety of trying so hard and looking like a fool. You're not lazy, you're just deeply, quietly exhausted. And that voice in your head is begging for relief. If you're someone who feels completely stuck right now, hit subscribe and give this a thumbs up if this helps you gain clarity. Look, the world is designed to make you settle. Comfort is constantly whispering sweet lies into your ear, telling you that taking it easy tomorrow is the smart move. That resting in the middle of the storm is somehow safe. But that invisible comfort zone is exactly what kills potential. Most people think success is a straight upward line. They think input immediately and obviously equals output. But here's what most people don't realize. And this next part explains why your life hasn't changed yet. There's a psychological trap called the Valley of Disappointment. It's the massive gap between your effort and visible results. Imagine an ice cube sitting in a freezing cold room. You heat the room by 1 degree, nothing happens. You heat it another degree, still completely solid ice. You put in all this energy and the ice hasn't changed. This is exactly where 99% of people give up.
They look at the frozen ice and think their effort is wasted. They do not see the math happening beneath the surface. But here is where it gets even worse. When you quit here, you lose all that stored potential energy. You go right back to zero, having suffered for absolutely nothing. Your sunk costs vanish, leaving you empty-handed and bitter. Most people stop right here, and that is the biggest mistake. But hold up, because the next point changes everything. If you understand this, you will never view failure the same way again. The 1% do not possess some magical, endless motivation. They just understand how the breaking point actually works. They know that the darkest, most frustrating moment is a signal. It is the mathematical proof that a breakthrough is imminent. When the room hits that exact melting point, everything shifts. The ice melts, but the real work was done in the invisible degrees. You are probably in those invisible degrees right now. But here's the truth. Your problem is not that you are lacking motivation. Motivation is a cheap thrill that abandons you on rainy days. Your problem is a lack of identity and discipline. You are still identifying as someone who is merely trying to win, instead of someone who simply does what is inherently required. Discipline is not a punishment or a strict schedule. It is the highest form of self-respect you can possibly have. It is looking at the pain of staying the exact same and deciding that the pain of growth is infinitely better. The 1% do not negotiate with their temporary feelings. They execute the plan because their new identity demands it. When you make discipline your baseline, true freedom naturally follows. You no longer rely on hope or fleeting bursts of energy. You rely on the undeniable math of your daily actions. But here is the part nobody wants to admit, and it is the exact reason why this choice matters today. Quitting doesn't actually remove the pain from your life. It just trades the pain of effort for the pain of regret. And regret compounds with incredibly heavy interest over time. 10 years from now, that regret will cost an absolute fortune. So, you're standing at the edge right now. The exit door is wide open and looks very inviting. You can walk through it and finally get some rest. But ask yourself who you will be when you wake up tomorrow. Are you going to be the person who folded when it got dark? Or are you going to be the person who melted the ice?